I have a viewer question here regarding Lego storage, and I thought in this video I could answer this question and also show you how I store my Lego, and then you could use this as a cautionary tale as to how to not store yours. So let's jump into this question from that guy Oni, who says, "Hey Greg, another great video. Just out of interest, those black and clear drawers you have to sort Lego into, what are they called? As I was thinking of getting some." Okay, he's talking about these right here. These are Sterilite drawers, and these come in like stacks of 3. So this would be one drawer here, or one unit, I suppose, and I have 2 of those stacked on top of each other, which is why you can see that they're 6 tall. These work really well if you're trying to store things like minifigs and you don't really want to break them down at all. They're just kind of all in there. Works good for that, or things like I have my big plates here, and then I've got double wide plates, which is, you know, just about overflowing. This is how I started storing my Lego, and it actually works pretty well if you're not trying to break things down. The problem with Lego is that typically you do want to break things down a little bit more because you don't want to go rooting around in something like this if you're looking for just the tiniest of piece. You want to have it broken down more. But don't think breaking things down is the answer to all your questions, because there's a wrong way to do that too, and of course I have done that, and that's through the use of these tackle boxes. I thought I'd take all my small pieces and put them in here, and it kind of works, but it's also a real pain to try to track these down and to figure out which of these tackle boxes the thing that you're looking for is in. So I would not recommend doing this. This is like one extreme, and then this is the other extreme. Probably neither done the right way. But my Lego storage errors don't end there. The other problem that I have, and probably the biggest issue, is that I not only have variety of storage solutions, but they're all over my studio here too, which makes finding parts and tracking things down very difficult to do. And I'll show you each one of the different systems that I use, so maybe you could look at these and figure out if one works well for you. If you like that system there, you'll like this, because these are just a little bit wider versions of those Sterilites that I just showed you, and this could be good for people with massive collections. For example, these slopes right here, see how that's overflowing? I could dump that into a bigger one of these and still keep that same system without having to break this down, if you're okay with them all being together like that, which some people might be. If we jump over the table and we come to this side, this is where things get narrowed down a little bit more. These are slightly smaller. In fact, I still have the stickers on these ones. These are 12 by 12 inch Sterilite containers. The reason that I like these is because a friend showed me that you can have these little plastic dividers inside here, and I'll take one of these out so you can see them. And it makes it a little more organized, where you can have a big drawer and have it like this, very disorganized, or you can do something like this, which makes it a little bit easier to navigate. The only problem that I've run into with these is if I put that back in, you see it's kind of hard to get to the back. So you kind of have to bring this out a little bit, and that's how you get to it. But that is an option too if you want to keep big drawers and have a system like this. You got the ability to break it down ever so slightly. So that could work for Bricklink people as well. And I actually have an empty drawer, which is a huge win. Now that you've seen that option, I'll show you another option where you can break it down a little bit further. These are slightly smaller drawers. These are not divided, but I have these separated in ways that it's just things that work for my brain. So these obviously aren't the same element, but they're all very similar. So I call that studs on side. You just have to label things what works in your brain. So I have those. And even though they're all very different, like this is my mind, these are circular. So you could do this as well, where you have slightly smaller ones, but there's a lot of things in each one of these drawers. If you're still with me, I've now showed you 5 different ways that I store my Lego stuff. None of them ideal, but I think what I'm about to show you here, this is the way. These are once again Sterilite containers. They should probably sponsor this video at this point, and are a little bit smaller than what I showed you there. What I like about these is that you can have just one element inside these, but you can have all different colors. Of all the things I've done so far, this is by far my favorite, because you can put so much onto a small space. Like if you have a table like this table's 3 feet wide, you slide those to the back against a wall, for example, and you could stack them however you see fit, like all the way up to the ceiling, and all of your parts could be right there in one location. And if you're trying to build a mock or whatever you're trying to work on, it's so much easier just going to your table and sliding up and down along that than it is trying to decide if your thing is there, or if it's there, or if it's there, or if it's in a tackle box, or if it's in here. You're just all over the place, and that's where I've made my biggest error. I didn't really look up any kind of tutorials on how to store Lego, and I know some people, like Bricklink sellers, I admire so much because they have it narrowed down to like the smallest, tiniest little drawer with one element in it. I think that's taken it too far, but I think this is the it's like the happy medium of where you want to be with all your stuff in one spot. So if you haven't made all these expensive mistakes of buying all of these things, then you can just go right to this system, start doing it, and make your life super easy. And hopefully that's what this video has done for you. How not to store your Lego, maybe could be how to store your Lego. I'll try to link these down below since I recommended them so hard. If you're trying to buy those, you could buy them in bulk and get your Lego storage situation started. On that, hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this how not to store your Lego collection. It's a painful one to make, but hopefully you got some value out of it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.